Before I lost my eyesight, I was a decent artist and I enjoyed creating art, and I decided even without eyesight, I was going to try to figure out how to do it again. My first project was going to be doing a logo for my surfing channel, and I'd had it done before by a professional artist and it looked great, but I wanted to do something personal. So what I did is I started with the program I was familiar with before my eyesight completely crapped out called Fireworks MX 2004, and I started with the black background. That was going to be the basis for this design, as I was going to be emerging from the dark. Next was going to be a character that represented me, and I wanted to start with the yellow circle. Now what I had to do was start an Excel spreadsheet showing where I was placing everything on this background, 5,000 by 5,000 pixels. So it was in my brain and on an Excel spreadsheet is how I'd be placing everything. On top of the yellow circle, I referred to my spreadsheet and figured out where I wanted to drop some horns, because people are always calling me Daredevil. Next up, I wanted to drop some sunglasses, because I've always got those with me. And finally, I wanted to do a big smile. Next up, I wanted to do the body, but I knew I couldn't do anything really fancy there, so I was basically just doing a stick figure body followed by the legs. And if you look really closely, you can tell that the bottom part of the legs, the calves, are 100 pixels wide, and then the quads are 150 pixels wide because I've got really big quads. Finally, I did the arms, and I did those in the position that I use when I'm surfing, the back arm, the left arm trailing, trying to find out where the wave is, and the right arm hanging in front of me. So I had my little character, and now I wanted to add something that was going to be a wave. So I Googled what color blue was. I had to do that for all the colors, actually. I did the RGB representation of blue. What is that? It was 0000FF, so I selected that, and I filled the bottom, most of the bottom of the screen with the wave. I then did some darker blue just by Googling what's a darker color blue, and I put some lines through that to make it look a little more like a wave. Now I wanted to have my character exploding onto the scene, out of the darkness and into the scene, so I did some little explosion slash wave thing. I did it with the pen tool, which is how I created the horns, actually. So all I had to do was draw points, and then when I got to the last point, it filled it in. For a little effect, I copied the shape of that explosion, made it a little bit darker, then smaller, and then put that in there, and finally put some little dots all around the explosion to make it look like it was more of an exploding wave. Then I freeform drew a surfboard, dropped that in there with the character of me on top of it, grabbed a USB pen and wrote in my handwriting, "Find a way," which is the logo for my life and my channel. And then referring to my spreadsheet, saw there was way too much space on the left, so I cut it into a circle and moved the logo. I know it's not fine art or anything, but I'm actually really proud of it. One, because every little piece in there means something to me, and also because it does live up to that slogan, find a way. I think no matter what you got going on in your life, if you've lost your eyesight or whatever you have that you feel like is holding you back, you need to find a way to keep doing the things that you enjoy.